Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Glad to be back with you guys. It is Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. This is the second to last month before this year will be over. It is also Scorpio season, and just glad to be back, you guys. We have another wonderful show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. Tonight, it's all about health and wellness of mankind. But tonight we're putting a focus on the African Americans and the importance of our health, our wealth, and just doing things the right way. So we have a lot of great guests that will be joining us tonight. We'll talk about a community event that's taking place in the South Shore area on Saturday that is all about home ownership, or if you're a renter, how you can get some resources to help you with your property. All right, very good. Then Dr. Janet Seabrook is back with us tonight. And even though October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we want to keep breast cancer in the forefront. And so tonight we're going to talk about men and breast cancer and the importance of mammograms for men. All right. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about Black Boy Joy, which is something I think is just the most incredible thing ever. And I am excited to talk to two amazing people who are going to tell us about this wonderful project that is talking about Black Boy Joy. Amen. Amen. Well, speaking of Black Boy Joy, I know a young lady who is Black Girl Joy, or I should say Black Woman Joy, but that's okay. We friends. I can say that. The one and only Miss Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. What up? How are you? Good evening. What's the word, my dear?
Hey, love. It's so good to see you. It seems like, we're at this new format, and it seems like I haven't talked to you in like a month of Sundays. But let me just I don't know if I'm the first, even though today is the first, but happy birthday month to you, because you know how I do it in September.
Right.
You do it in November. Celebrate the whole month. So happy birth month to you, and I cannot wait to celebrate you in a few weeks.
Yay. Well, I'm excited. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm very big on birthdays and birthday months and all that kind of stuff. So yes, I've been being treated very well, and I'm grateful. So thank you, everybody. It's been really good. All right. Well, Renee, there is so much you and I need to talk about tonight before we welcome all these wonderful guests. I guess the first story we need to talk about is, again, the crime here in Chicago. Last night, 14 people were shot on the west side of Chicago. They were gathered on Halloween night to say goodbye to a loved one, to my understanding, died of natural causes when a drive-by shooting took place. And from stories I'm hearing, nobody who was a part of this was even in any type of environment or situation. They were just saying goodbye to a loved one on Halloween. The youngest victim being 3 years old, I think it is, and the oldest victim being in their late 50s. And, just sad. What do you think about all of this? And all we're hearing about is crime, and more damn crime. And we're one day away from Election Day. I mean, 1 week. 1 week. 1 week. 1 week. I'm sorry. Right.
And, the tie-in about election, look what happened on the other side of the bay with Madam Speaker's husband, Paul Pelosi. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I heard that and hearing the son of a bitch that came in there, broke into the house.
Yes, Did you cuss? You did.
I said it, doggone it.
Oh, you mad? You mad, ma'am? You are mad, ma'am. You are mad. Yes.
Came into Madam Nancy and Master Paul's home, their sanctuary, and he had the presence of mind when he was confronted with this SOB went to the bathroom to call 911. They were there within 2 minutes. And unfortunately, when apparently this SOB had a hammer Paul was trying to pull it away from and hit him upside the head. He is in surgery now. This man is 82 years young. And let me tell you, if California has an institute death penalty, guess what, y'all? Y'all need to bring it back on this SOB. And for him to say he had planned, if Nancy had been there, he had planned to knock her down. I'm gonna tell you, if Nancy
knock her down and break both of her kneecaps.
Exactly. If Nancy had been there, I guarantee you he probably would have been dead, because security detail don't play. Because if you come to my sanctuary and do some stuff like that, guess what, y'all? You ain't coming out alive. So my prayers go out to Mr. Paul, definitely to Nancy and their family. That's a worse person's nightmare. You in your home doing your thing, trying to get rest, and this SOB gonna come in because he has some conspiracy theories about the damn election. I'm like, no.
All right, well, we have a comment from Janet. You want to read what she's saying tonight?
Too much crime. The Pelosi incident really upset me. This mass shooting at the vigil was too much. Yes, Miss Janet, all that in a bag of chips. When I heard about Paul Pelosi, I said, Lord, what we need you. We truly need your presence and your grace to sweep all this craziness, because it's getting ridiculous. And you would think this would be happening in the beginning of the season of summer. We're about to go into another season in a month or so.
Oh, absolutely.
And if this stuff is happening, I don't know what to say. Just don't.
Well, and we also need to remind people that COVID is on the rise again. Slowly but surely, I have been reading numbers that have been, information that has been saying COVID is on the uptick. And, because so many people test at home, they do the 5-day quarantine, the whatever, they're not ever saying anything. But, the reported cases are now on the uprise again. So I don't know. We're living in very stressful times. I mean, people are driving so erratic and crazy in our streets, and it's just not Chicago. It's all over the country. I had friends of mine I was talking to in 2 other major cities, and their nightly news is just as bad as our nightly news. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what it's all about. You know what I'm saying?
I don't either. And it's just, and you talked about it briefly. We are now 7 days away from the midterm elections. So we're going to say it again. I hope all of you, if you have, wherever you are in the world, in the country, if you take advantage of early voting. I did my early voting last week. So I've done my civic duty and been doing it for over 30 some years. So I have not missed an election. Don't plan to miss an election. And your vote does matter, especially in states like Georgia, as a famous character.
My dear, Georgia, yes, Georgia,
Texas, Nevada, and Pennsylvania. Those states are very critical, because if it turns one way, we're gonna have a whole different Senate. So all I'm gonna say to y'all is, we can't tell you who to vote for. Wouldn't dare tell you who to vote for, but do your civic duty and vote.
Yes, please do what's necessary. Very good. Let me see. What else do we have here? Who's this tonight hanging out with us?
My sister.
Yeah, Georgia. Oh, that's my cousin. Yes, that's cousin. Hello, cousin. Absolutely.
Hi, sweetie.
All right. Well, this morning, as you guys all know, when I rise every morning, I thank God for another day. But then, you know me, I'm a social media junkie. So I grabbed my phone this morning and I said, Lord, I need a sign from God to just say, chill out and relax today. Take off. I looked at my phone and the first thing I saw was just the word take off. And I said, Lord, is this a sign from God? But no, actually, social media was blowing up this morning. This was pertaining to the death of rapper Takeoff. He is a part of the hip hop community. He actually died in Houston last night at a private party. the tributes have been pouring in from all over the world. The Atlanta Falcons have said that Takeoff's legacy lives on in Atlanta and across the world. That's what the team tweeted. The musician's real name was Krashinka. Wait, let me say this again. Krashinknik Kari Ball. And he was born in Lawrenceville, Georgia. As you guys all know, the song is Bad and Bougie. That's the song that most of us know and love and still feel we are what, K. Renee? Bad and bougie. Bad and bougie, baby. So I feel so bad about this because it was just trending everywhere on social media this morning.
And, I'm not, a hip hop person per se. So when reading this, I'm like, okay, who is this gentleman? I mean, the fact that he, because he kind of reminds me of the vein of Nipsey Hussle in California.
Yes.
And knowing that he had such a following and how he was killed again, we talk about this on this show that you've got to try to live your life with purpose and don't live with regrets. But, whatever everyone is doing, y'all need to just kind of turn within and say, look, where is my purpose? Because apparently in these streets, that ain't the purpose. Find your purpose. So we won't be going through all this. Because I think back on the truly good old days when we were Takeoff's age, right?
Yes.
We were having fun. Yeah, we may have gotten to a little mischief, but because we had villages, and you had a village, I had a village, most of people that we know had villages, we weren't doing this crazy snit. So I really don't get it.
Well, first of all, you got to realize, and I'm not going to age you because that's not what I would do, but, we did relatively grow up in the same era. Nowadays you have social media that's a huge influence. You have the music that they listen to that's a huge influence. A lot of the culture, a lot of these young people are grown. And when I say to you grown, several jobs, utilities in there now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They have responsibility just like you and I. When we came from an era of parents that wanted us to get the best, do the best, they wanted us to be better than them. And this young generation is trying to be better than the parents, the grandparents, and possibly even the great grandparents if nothing has ever matriculated in that family. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they keep the designer world going. You and I are not flocking into Gucci every other day buying something. They are,
But it all stems from your upbringing too. I mean, granted, I have family members who are of Takeoff's age, and because again, that support system, that village, it is very important. You're right too, Janet, that also with 45 minus 1 orange person. We'll talk about Twitter too, because there's several celebrities because of a certain gentleman who has purchased Twitter, said he's going to really be, I can't remember the word that he used, but he's going to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to tweet. And I'm like, and if he lets that person come back on,
absolutely.
What's going to happen? There'll be an uptick, and it's going to decrease like nobody's business. We are good that he does not tweet. Well, I was like, why he keep tweeting early? He needs to be running the country. He up there in 2 a.m. tweeting. What the hell is that about?
Well, that's the world in which we live in now. That's the world in which we live in. This medium, how we're reaching people, whether it's 500, 1,000, a million, this is the new, you know what I'm saying? So, they're going to definitely let him back on Twitter. Now, I bet you my bottom dollar they're going to let Trump back on Twitter because, again, freedom of speech. So I digress. Let's move on. All right. What else do we have in news tonight?
Well, was watching a little bit of media, and also in 10 days, next week, y'all, Wakanda Forever is out. And I cannot wait. They're going to do a special with Whoopi on 2020 this coming Friday with Chadwick Boseman's widow. And I saw a snippet of it this morning, and you could tell she's still, we all going to miss Chadwick. He was just a phenomenal actor and a phenomenal person. And I also saw the interview with director Ryan Coogler, and also Denai Guiara. I hope I said her name correctly because I love her. And the whole week, most of the cast from Wakanda is going to be on the various media outlets, and they really wanted to do Chadwick proud, and I cannot wait to see this movie. What are your thoughts?
I'm excited as well too. I love movies like that. I love the effects, the colors, the just the creativity, and not to mention the acting and the people who are in it. I know several groups and organizations who are planning on renting out theaters and block clubs and church groups and friends that are going to see it and support the movie. So I'm very happy about that. And I think we need something like this right now in the times in which we're going through, with all the chaos, the madness, the sickness. Again, do you know how many people we lost to COVID? And for us to be coming out of this, yet to possibly go back, but at least we're coming out of something that was horrific. I think Wakanda Forever will be the perfect movie we need right now.
Oh my goodness. Yes. I can't. And what great date, 11/11.
I know.
And speaking of numbers, segue. I was hoping, wishing, and praying last night that I was going to have to call you on the down low and say, Art, we got a situation. But unfortunately, nobody won the Powerball last night. Nobody. So guess
that's because I had not bought my tickets yet. That's why nobody. Yeah, it's waiting on me. Then
you better buy your tickets, goddog, because tomorrow night, $1.2 billion is the Powerball jackpot. 1.2. And check this out. I had talked to the Illinois Lottery earlier today because I had a question about certain things.
Oh, wow. Okay, you getting us set up. You getting us ready. You asked them what was the direct line to Island One this. Right, like I don't need to speak to nobody else. Right, amen.
I did speak with the representative of the Illinois Lottery today. And we were talking, had a great conversation. And I asked her, I said, she told me, which I didn't know this, but check this out. Do you know anyone who works for the Illinois State Lottery? And I don't know if it's for Illinois or maybe other states, they cannot play.
No, because you work for what provides. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was like,
really? And her name is so sweet. I won't say it on the air now. I'll tell you offline. But I told her, I said, if I win this money, I'm going to find you and I'm going to make sure you take care of. So $1.2 billion, y'all. And trust and believe, you won't be able to find me.
Well, let's read some of our comments on the screen. Here you go.
Good evening, Chat Daddy and K Renee. It's good to see you both. It is so good to see you too, Eve. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yes. Hello, Miss Felicia. Hello back to you, darling. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, $1 billion will take us, but you better believe. Well, it will not be $1 billion because after taxes, it'll be roughly $450 million. But it's okay. Janet says, best to purchase lottery ticket person. Not so much, Miss Janet, because again, I like to do a little research on the slide.
Hey, Marvin, we are well. Good to see you. Hey.
Good. You can still win online. Most states have the major jackpots, Mega, Powerball. We have here in Illinois Lotto, and we have Lucky Day Lotto as well. And it starts off as $100,000 and it builds up if no one wins. There have been times where people have won $1 million online. So it really doesn't. So you could do something with $1 million after taxes $650. I know about the math.
Look, in this $1 billion, what you said the payout is, if
400 and roughly between 450 and 500 million, because you got to take all that taxes. Not only just
that's okay. Look, that's okay. I'll be all right.
I'll be good.
I'd be all right. I'd be okay. Y'all would never have to worry about me. Never.
You don't have to, because when they were yesterday, by it being Halloween, there is one lucky area in Wrightwood that had the largest winnings in the Powerball. This was yesterday. It was on the local news, and folks were getting their tickets.
Wow.
You know where it is. It was not that far from your old high school, by the way.
Oh boy, you kidding me? I was just out there today. You're kidding me.
Not that far from your old high school.
Oh my God. Okay.
So when you go tomorrow, get that ticket. Go on down there. I'll tell you what the place is.
Okay.
But
all right.
It doesn't matter how you do it. If you purchase it online or if you buy the ticket, it don't matter. Because long as you win.
Okay.
So good luck to y'all.
All right, beautiful. All right, so you got to play to win, you guys. The reason why you have not won as of yet is I had not played, and of course, once I play, it will be the winning ticket. And this show will be on hiatus from now until next time y'all see me. You'll be like, "Damn, I didn't even recognize you." Right? Thank you. Right.
And
like, Art, is that you? Right. Art, is that you?
Birthday gift.
Right. Yes. Yes. Oh, are you kidding me? It would be amazing. All right. For those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Glad to be here with you guys on a beautiful Tuesday evening. It was a beautiful day here in Chicago. Everywhere I was out and about today, people just kept saying, "Oh, if Chicago's winters could be like this, it would be just no." But we know it's not going to be. Right. Wake up. But for November 1st, it was really beautiful today.
And it's going to be nice tomorrow too. So
I know.
I get worried because as our old Medias would say, this is ammonia weather, not pneumonia. Ammonia. Y'all just be careful when you're out there. If you live in the Chicago area, don't be putting on no doggone shorts and think you all cutesy and stuff.
Oh, no. Today I saw belly tops, flip-flops. I saw Duke shorts. People were in all states of. I saw Ugg boots and Duke shorts. So yes. All right. So here we go. We have comments. Marvin says, "I'm putting my $1 or $2 in, so I finance my next bill." Yes, amen. We can do that. Let me see. Janet said, "Check it out. Do online." Oh, yeah, we talked about that already.
I can attest to that, Janet. Yes, they do.
Yes. Oh, thank you. We appreciate you guys. We really do. All right. So before our next guest joins us, what else do we have?
Did you hear that a certain Academy Award winner who starred in Pretty Woman revealed to Ms. Gayle King, not relation to the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King or the King family, that they paid her hospital bill? Now, when I first heard, I said, "Now, is this a fake story?" But then, we had to check it out. We do our research. Well, she actually was interviewed by Gayle, and even Gayle was shocked. And Julia Roberts, everyone knows Julia, who starred in Pretty Woman, who has a movie out now currently with George Clooney. They're reunited together. But she tells a story because her parents had an acting theater. And so Coretta Scott King had called her father. Her father was Walter Roberts, and asked if their children can participate in their theater, because in Georgia back in those days they weren't letting Black kids in. Well, apparently they let them in to express their creative side. Well, before Julia came along, they took care of when she was born. They paid the hospital bill, and I would have never. She kept that on the DL for a long time.
Yeah, but everybody comes to their truth one time or another. I think it's a great story, and maybe she's at a point in her life. I think it's an amazing story, because it's just a testimony of Dr. King and Mrs. King and how they were loving and encompassing of all people, and what he stood for. So I just think that's great. Now, hopefully, Julia Roberts will do something to continue to keep Dr. King's legacy alive. You know what I'm saying?
But it made me look at her in a different way, in a better way, because I never would have guessed that she would reveal that type of story. But they say stranger things can happen, but that's something. If she does write her own memoirs, hopefully that she'll slip that in. But that was like a feel good story to me. I thought that was really cool.
I did too. I thought it was excellent. So very good. All right. Well, with that being said, you want to slide in another news story before we have a guest to pop in, and then we're going to keep moving?
Well, we talk about movies. I just want to ask you, there's another movie that's out now that I would like to see. And it's based upon a certain young boy who everyone knew, especially in the Black community. If you grew up here in Chicago, if you had family who were living in Mississippi, you know about Emmett Till. And so I'm looking forward to really seeing the movie Till, which was Whoopi Goldberg again was executive producer. She's just being that little activist. I love it at times.
Right.
But it talks about the story of Emmett Till from his mother's perspective. And again, I've seen the media outlets with the cast of Till. And again, that's going to be a movie where I was a little bit concerned because given the brutality of what happened to him, the one thing one of the actors as well as directors said, you will not see that in the movie. It will start with joy. It will end with joy. And so for that reason, I said, I have to see that movie. So for those who don't know who Emmett Till is, which I'm kind of shocked if don't admit that if you don't know who he is, Google him, look it up, and then go see the movie.
Absolutely. I'm hearing nothing but wonderful things about the movie. I've not seen it as well either. So I'm thinking maybe we play hooky and do us a lunch and matinee or early evening cocktails or something, and we go to us a nice theater and go see the movie. How about that?
Right. I agree, Chad Daddy.
Okay. All right. We'll make that happen. Yes. Very good. All right. What else do we have in the news tonight?
Well, again, this is still divorce. There's a big divorce that happened between a certain time Super Bowl winner and a model, which I knew it was coming. If y'all didn't hear, Tom Brady, who is not playing well with Tampa Bay, he's the quarterback of Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but before he became famous, he was the quarterback for the New England Patriots. Him and his wife, famed model Gisele Bündchen, I think that's her last name. Bündchen, because she's Brazilian.
Yes.
They're divorcing after 13 years of marriage. And you knew it was coming because when she's been interviewed, she asked him, look, when he retired he retired for a second, a New York minute, and went back on the field. She said, look now, I've watched you play this game for a long time. You sit your little see. I know how she said it because she's Brazilian.
Right.
You probably cussed him out in Portuguese. If I were Gisele, I said, now look, I've watched you play this ball with this little ball. You sit your ass down and be with these children. And he didn't pay attention. So he fat man crazy. So guess what? She's like, all right, I'm gonna show you, but I can tell you. Boom. Served them with papers.
Yes, she did. She did. As you guys all know, she just said to you all, famed model. So her wealth was incredible on top of his wealth. From what I've heard, that I guess everything was over and done the same day. They are joint custody of the children. They are committed to continue to keep raising healthy and whole and complete children, but they just have decided to go their separate ways. Want to give a shout out to motivational speaker, mental health expert, Ms. Naya B, who was with me Friday night on Love Hurts. She did a great job. I didn't know this, but I guess he hadn't been laying the, bat down with his wife either.
And speaking of the bat down, in fact, I'm gonna give everybody a shout out. Today is National Authors Day. So for all those authors, hint, include my big brother over there.
Yeah,
he's gonna write a book, y'all. I'm just
right
to do that. So talk about not laying the pipe. Well,
right.
I did write a book about that, but we won't talk about that. That's for another conversation.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, with that being said, we're going to move right on. For those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. Remember, we're only on Tuesday nights now live, but you can always go back and watch encore shows on Facebook and YouTube, the Real Chat Daddy Show. And tonight we have a really great show. We have a lot of wonderful guests stopping by. We have a tight show tonight. We're going to talk about improvements, whether it's the community, your health, the overall improvement of our young people. We're hearing so many stories about young children getting shot, young people going astray. So tonight's show is about family, health, and how to help our community be stronger. All right, you ready for all this, K. Renee? You sure?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's welcome our first guest tonight. We've had this organization on the show with us before, and we've always enjoyed when they've hung out with us. When was that, K. Renee? I think they did something a while ago. The Neighborhood Network Alliance. We learned a lot about all of the great things that were going on in South Shore. And so this coming Saturday, they're going to do an amazing event, talk about home ownership, or if you're a renter, whatever it is to make where you live fabulous. They're all about it. And this is coming Saturday. Are you ready to talk to? And then guess who's visiting us tonight? At first we thought the one and only Ms. Val Free would be with us, but no. I see a superstar sitting in the green room. I had to check myself. I said, wait a minute, Tammy McCann. Oh, look, she must have a job too, other than being a superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Our good friend, the one and only Miss Tammy McCann. She is with our good friends at the Neighborhood Network Alliance. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Shaq. Good evening, darling. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for having me and for promoting this amazing event.
Yes. How have you been? And what's new?
I am spectacular. Well, a little known secret is that I do have a consulting company. It's K Strategic Marketing Solutions and the Neighborhood Network Alliance. And Miss Val Free is one of my newest clients. And she has really blessed me to pour into a neighborhood that's poured so much into me. I am a native of South Shore. I grew up right on 72nd and Luella. Went to St. Philip Neri Parish Grammar School. And so I knew South Shore from the Hamilton movie theater, from all of the different businesses that were thriving on 71st Street and throughout the community. So I'm super excited to be a part of her team, and as housing coordinator and MMRP coordinator for South Shore. We're super excited to partner with Neighborhood Housing Services of Chicago to have a housing fair that provides resources around housing for South Shore.
Wow, I couldn't agree with you more. I remember growing up here in Chicago and the magic and power South Shore had, where, again, the shopping district was really the downtown for the people of the community. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because everything you needed and wanted was right there. So this coming Saturday, what will people find out? And I know this is just for people of South Shore, but I'm sure you'd have a plethora of resources just to share about the community. So what will we expect on Saturday?
Well, Neighborhood Network Alliance and Neighborhood Housing Services Chicago are partnering to bring a myriad of resources to the community around housing, first and foremost, renters' rights. And also, if you're a renter and you want to become a homeowner, these are the processes in which you can take. We'll have a trolley tour, which is going to explore local homes that are for sale, beautiful homes, as well as the historic places throughout the community. Comprehensive workshops and for renters and for homeowners. We'll have a Renters 101 course. How do you protect yourself in the space and place where you live? And also building owners' rights. How do you make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do to secure the places where your constituents live? information and materials for local organizations, healthcare, estate planning, property taxes, everything that you need as someone that lives in housing, deals with housing, will be here for the South Shore Housing Fair.
Okay.
So many organizations are partnering with us, Verizon Wireless, Fifth Third Bank. We have so many wonderful partners that are supporting us, and it's going to be at South Shore South Shore High School, which is now College Prep, International College Prep.
Yes.
Right on 75th and Jeffrey. Marvelous principal there that is working with us to support us in everything that we're doing.
Yes. Just to let you guys know, this coming Saturday, it's at 955 East 75th Street. That is the South Shore International College Preparatory High School, a beautiful building, you guys. It really, it's free to attend, open to the public, but you must register. You must register. Tammy, do you have that information of where they must register to
Yes,
attend?
you can go to our website at thenna.org or Neighborhood Housing Services of Chicago.org, and you can register on either one of our websites. We're super excited for this partnership.
So let me put this up here, right here. Is that correct? Uh-oh, wait, did it go up there? Yes, thenna.org, correct? Yes. All right, Saturday, you guys, I'm going to stop by, be there, hang out. I want to check out some wonderful things that will be going on in South Shore. South Shore is really a beautiful neighborhood. There are homes in South Shore, you guys, that have their own private beach.
Yes.
You didn't know that.
That's so interesting that you say that. That's so interesting that you say that. I mean, I feel like all of the resources that we have to bear, I feel like South Shore is and could be the Martha's Vineyard of Illinois. I mean, we have so many wonderful amenities, and we have so many wonderful people and resources. We just need support to sustain this community, and we also need support to replenish what we know has already what we already had. So I'm just super excited for this event. I'm super excited for all of these resources and information to come to our constituents. The NNA is the people's organization, and so Val Free works really hard to make sure that she wants for her brother what she wants for herself.
Amen. Amen. Tammy, you did an outstanding job. You look amazing as always. Look, you wear many hats. Look, I'm like, wait, that's Tammy down there. Right. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, but no, superstars do that. You know, they have to do what they do. So congratulations. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. And just keep being fabulous. How about that?
How about that? Thank you so much for your continued support. You're really a jewel in the community, and so we really appreciate you.
Thank you so much. All right, we love you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your support to the Neighborhood Network Alliance, their event this coming Saturday, homeownership, rental, all of that great stuff. I'll put the website up. Good night, Tammy. We appreciate you and talk to you soon.
So much.
All right, bye-bye. Yay. Oh, that was amazing. It really was. All right. Waiting in the wings is our next guest. I told you guys this show is, you know, hey, we got to pay these people by the minute. So our next guest this evening is no stranger to the show. We just love and adore her. She stops by to see us once a month to talk about things that affect us the most. And so tonight we're going to talk about men and mammograms. Actually, I did not know this. Most people think that women can end up with breast cancer or do end up with breast cancer, when in actuality, men can also have breast cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show our good friend, the president of Community HealthNet Health Centers of Northwest Indiana, our favorite chef, dietitian, and all-around family medicine practitioner and boss lady, the one and only Miss Dr. Janet Seabrook. Hey, Doc.
Hi, Dr. Janet. Happy Tuesday. And welcome to November.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you all so much for the invitation. Chat Daddy, thank you. I was so happy, and I was also encouraged to be able to be on the show tonight to have this conversation about breast cancer in males, because you don't hear about it a lot. It is very rare, but it can happen. And so, because October is now, today is the 1st in November. That doesn't mean that we forget about our health.
No.
We still need to, and if you didn't get your mammogram in October and you haven't had yours this year, please, men and women, especially men who may have a mass in their breasts, they need to have it checked out. Hey, James.
I know.
And so, Chat, I don't know if you have any questions or you just want me to jump in.
So, Doctor, when the story was sent to me and I read your wonderful story you wrote for the Crusader about men and breast cancer, I remember actor Richard Roundtree was the first man that I ever heard of that had breast cancer. And I'm like, huh, what? So
Shaft? Not Shaft, right?
Right, Shaft. So first of all, Dr. Janet Seabrook, how does a man would know if he has breast cancer? What are some of the signs?
Okay, so sometimes those signs can be just the same thing as a woman may see. He may feel a lump in his breast or under his arm tissue. And so he needs to make sure that he is doing examinations of his breast as well, at least once a month. So you can get a mass, you can feel a lump. You also need to look in the mirror without your shirt on or an undershirt, looking at the mirror to see if there are any outward appearances of maybe dimpling of the tissue, meaning that it looks like the skin is being pulled inward, almost like you have a navel. Also, if the skin looks like the peel of an orange, those dimples that you see in the orange pit. And so you want to look for all of those things. Is there any redness? Is there any discoloration? Is there swelling? Not all tenderness or breast pain means anything, but it's best to have it checked out, especially if you're not sure, and especially if that pain won't go away. But if you feel a lump or mass in your breast, men or women, you should get to your healthcare provider as soon as possible. Don't put it off. Breast cancer is very rare in males. Of all breast cancers, about 5 to 10% are in males. Now, you might say, well, what can cause a male to get breast cancer? Some of the same reasons that women get breast cancer. It could be family because of the genes. And so you also, again, we get back to this needing to know your family's history, medical history, and what conditions that they have suffered from in the past. This is very important. It's also just like in women, you look at the mother and the maternal side of the family as far as breast cancer in women. If a first degree relative, your mom, your sister, and aunt, then your risk increased. Same for a male. If a man knows of a family member, even if his mom has had breast cancer and he feels a lump, he needs to get it checked out, because half of your body consists of the genes from your mother. So just because you're a male does not mean that you cannot get breast cancer and that you don't have the breast cancer gene that could be activated. There's a reason why when we take medications, when we go to the pharmacy to get them filled, there's a reason why they staple the potential side effects and all of that on the side effects. Some medications can cause breast tissue swelling in males. And so you want to make sure that if that is one of the side effects, if that happens to you, you want to point that out to your doctor right away. There's one medication that I can think of right off the top of my head. It's called spironolactone. And this is given to people who you can treat acne with it. You can also treat many people who have diabetes or kidney disease are on spironolactone or hypertension. So particularly if they have hypertension and kidney disease, they may find themselves on spironolactone. So it's very important that if you are on this medication, that your doctor and the pharmacist explain to you that you may get breast tissue swelling on this medication, particularly if you're a male. We do a lot, and when I say we do a lot of sitting around, sedentary. And so we're not getting up and moving. We don't exercise. We don't move around. Children are more obese. Our male children are more obese. They're sitting around playing video games. They're not getting out, running around, not doing sports as much as they used to. And so some of these lifestyle factors are things that may also cause or increase our risk for breast cancer in males. You may be on a medication that has estrogen in it. Estrogen is one of the female hormones that starts to decline over time as we go into menopause. But you may be treated for prostate cancer and with a medication that has estrogen in it. And this may cause your breast tissue to swell as well if you're a male, and it can increase your risk of breast cancer. And when you think about it, and I know I'm giving a lot of information.
No, it's great information, doctor. Are you kidding me? I appreciate you. Go right ahead.
But when you think about it, and Renee, you may have had some experience with your mom or some of your mom's friends that, they were having the flashes and they running to the doctor to get the prescription for, hormone replacement therapy.
HRT,
and then within the last maybe 12, 15 years, you see the decline in those medications being prescribed because we saw a sharp increase rate in breast cancer. And so a thing that was meant for us to occur naturally, which is for your hormones to decline over time after you completed having children and things, we saw that increase or spike as we were looking for relief. Moms and grandmoms were looking for relief of these hot flashes. And so they took prescribed medication to stop those hot flashes, but we saw a surge in people having breast cancer. So those medications are very, very highly monitored now. You're not going to get them for just having a hot flash. You have to have a whole lot of other things going on, and more than just hot flashes.
It's funny you mentioned that
those medications have really declined. I'm sorry, Kay Renee.
No, it's funny you mentioned that because of the fact when I remember when I first went through menopause, one of my doctors wanted to prescribe HRT, and I said absolutely not, because I had read that, and for that reason, I said I'll deal with it. I'll just drink more water, and don't sleep on, and don't put any sheets on the bed if I have to, because I'm not going to be. I did not want to do that, but I did want to ask you a question. In your article, you mentioned one of the factors is the average age of a man is 65. Why is that? Why is not younger? Has there been any studies of men having breast cancer, very young? I know there's been reported studies of women having breast cancer at a young age. Has it ever happened to men? Why is that?
We just aren't seeing young men having breast cancer. I believe, and this is just my belief, that we're going to start to see it at a younger age because they are so obese and they do have larger breasts. And when they go through puberty, we need to start to explain to them early on, before they go through puberty, when they're 8 to 9 years old, that they may experience, just like the girls, breast buds. And, they're getting in class and they're, in the 5th and 6th grade and people are laughing and teasing each other, but they need to know that that's normal and then it'll start to resolve. But my fear is because you do have an increased risk of breast cancer in obese people, is that we are having boys that are a lot heavier at younger ages. So it is my fear that the things that do happen to women with breast cancer in their 20s and their 30s, we're going to start to see that in males. It's very rare right now to see a young person under the age of 65, a male with breast cancer.
Okay, great information. Great information. Doctor, we are now going into the Thanksgiving season. Christmas will be right around the corner. Before we let you go tonight, you're always about health and wellness. And, we're getting ready to go into the most yummy time of the year. Plenty of butter, extra gravy, extra. So what do you help us to understand what we need to be doing now? Because look, 3 weeks from now, I'm gonna be in elastic waistband pants. I ain't gonna lie, Doc. I'm gonna be in elastic.
So what I tell people is this is something that I see a lot, sometimes even in my own family. People will wait until dinner. They will, starve themselves so they can gorge Thanksgiving and Christmas. And what I ask people to do is don't do that. I know you want to enjoy everything that, has been cooked, and you want to make all that room, but that is just the wrong way to do it. So what I would ask people to do, particularly now, since we're 3 weeks out, is they would begin to reduce their sodium intake, to drink more water, and to get out and about, walk around, get some, burn some of those calories off now. Don't be unrealistic. You're probably not going to lose 10 pounds.
Right.
But just be mindful that we are coming up on a season where people do have a tendency to hibernate and to put on more weight. So I would ask people just to think about that. Get up Thanksgiving morning, have a decent breakfast. You don't have to, make this huge fest. Have a nice, small, light lunch, and then have your dinner. But don't starve yourself to get to Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner.
Okay. All right. So let's recap what we talked about tonight with Dr. Seabrook. We talked about the fact that men and mammograms are important. Gentlemen over 60, now more than ever, you need to check yourselves, go to the doctor, find out. But then now younger men who are heavy set, developing, there could be some things going on there as well too. Another thing that the doctor talked to us about is women and breast cancer. Ladies, if you've not scheduled that mammogram, shame on you. Doctor, I know your organization finances for people or gets money where they can go. I know a lot of organizations are doing that. Make it a gift to yourselves, ladies, right, doctor? Make that a part of your holiday giving, is to get a mammogram, correct?
I would say yes. And look out for those specials. Sometimes hospitals and these radiology centers will have specials during the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, sometimes in May around the Mother's Day weekend and things like that.
Very good. Kay Renee, what do you want to say to the amazing doctor before we let her go tonight?
I'm just so proud of her. I follow Dr. Jan on social media, and she is doing the damn thing and doing it well. So Dr. Janet, we love you. You are truly our medical expert here. And, I can't actually, I'm looking forward before the end of the year to actually see you and just give you some love, because you have just been you're my shero. And it's just really nice to have a woman of color who can break it down. I mean, you have the education and the certification, but to break it down in layman's terms so the average person can understand, that's a gift. And again, we just love it.
Well, thank you for saying that. I follow you as well, and I appreciate all the shout outs that you do for me. I really and truly do appreciate you. Chat, hey.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we want to wish you and your family a wonderful Thanksgiving season. I'm sure we'll see you back in December so we can talk about some of the things health related with the month of December. Be well, doctor. Thank you for everything. Give everybody the website real quick.
CHN-Indiana.org. CHN-Indiana.org. I have a surprise for you the next time you have me.
You do? Really? What's the website again?
CHN-Indiana.org.
Okay. Is Indiana spelled out?
Yep, it's spelled all the way out.
Okay. All right.
Is it just for Chat Daddy, Dr. Janet, for both of us?
It's for both of you guys.
Okay.
Uh-huh,
Wait, I was gonna say, is he tall, dark, and handsome? I mean, that'd be good color buddy.
You know what, ma'am? I need you to stop. See there? It could be the same thing for me as well too. See, why you such a player hater? Why? I can't believe you. You're just a player hater, ma'am. That is horrible. No, I love you too. Thank you, doctor. We appreciate you right there on the website. There is the website, you guys. Go find out more information. Dr. Janet Seabrook, we love you. Have a good holiday, and thank you again, okay?
Take care.
Good night.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Oh, I love her. You a mess. Player hater. Right.
And that's why you love me, sweetie.
I don't know if I want dark chocolate anymore. I don't know.
Well, he could be caramel because I'm caramel. So, but as long as he is able to communicate and enunciate and pronounce and talk,
yes.
And have peace of mind and a spiritual, we're good. He ain't gotta be chocolate, but
yes.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, to each his own.
Family. You got.
I know.
To bring Dr. C on. You must bring Dr. C on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She talks about one thing that we can talk about too is critical race theory, and this one she breaks it down. So you got to have Dr. Cynthia on the show. Okay,
we'll make that happen. I promise you that one. All right. So this coming Friday evening, there will not be a live performance of Love Hurts. No, Love Hurts had a scheduling conflict. Love Hurts got some things that needs to happen, but Love Hurts will be back next Friday. You guys can always watch encore performances of Love Hurts at the Real Chat Daddy show on YouTube, the Real Chat Daddy show on Facebook. You can go right there and watch any of the episodes of Love Hurts. We had a wonderful show last week. I was trying to get a guest this week, and that guest was not available. So we're just going to take Friday off, and we're going to come back the following Friday with that guest. Okay. So that's how we're going to work all that out. So don't go anywhere, you guys. We still have one more guest that'll be joining us tonight. We have two people that are going to talk to us about an amazing school here in Chicago that is creating Black Boy Joy. And I think that is the most phenomenal thing ever. Yeah. So they'll be joining us in just a little bit. I do. I think that's just, the most cool thing out there is to create that. I'd be happy to join you both on the show. Yes. Okay. We'll make that happen. Very good. Thank you, cousin. Look, we appreciate you. All right, K. Renee, while we're waiting on our last guest, update me on some things.
Well, it's a new month. And, this month being November, it's also about renunciation and elimination. So yes. As we're about to close out 2022 in less than 60 days, take this month now to eliminate those negative thoughts. Take this month to eliminate clutter in your space.
Yes.
You still don't think you got to wait till New Year's Eve or December to do all that. Do that stuff now. And you still have opportunities to live your best life. I hear all the time people say, well, I just don't have time. Make the time for you. As Dr. Janet said about getting your mammogram, which I need to do before the end of the year. I'm one of those people.
What? We got to get you, girl. Okay.
Not because you talk about keep you up to date. I had gotten my flu shot.
Okay.
And I also my COVID shot, the booster last week.
Okay.
Unfortunately, when I took it simultaneously, it had an adverse effect on me. So I wasn't feeling like my K. Renee self last week.
Oh no. Wow. Okay.
That's okay. So, but typically I'm the type of person, this about me. I try to get all my shots and all that done. So I'm planning to get a mammogram before year end. But as we're in a new month, first of the month, think about, what you want to eliminate. And now I mean this in a holistic sense, y'all.
Right.
Now, we were talking about earlier, but don't be trying to eliminate nobody.
Eliminate those it's about eliminating things in your life that you don't need anymore. I'm
Exactly.
with you 100%. This is the perfect time of the year to
Yes.
clean your closet out. I know that the weather is really nice here in Chicago, and folks had on booty shorts earlier and tank tops and all of that. No, winter is right around the corner, and so now as you're changing your clothes out, you can clean your closets out and donate. You can get rid of things you don't need. And you're right, because we're getting ready to go into the most busiest time of the year, the holiday season. Today is the official kickoff. They started playing holiday music on these radio stations. I was in a store today, and as soon as you walked in, it smelled like pine cones and Christmas and I had on flip-flops. So I mean, so it's weird, but we've got to do that. We really do. All right. Well, for those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad that you guys are here with us this evening. This entire show tonight, we have been talking about how do we help people. And believe it or not, all of our connections tonight have been in the Chicagoland area or Northwest Indiana. We started off talking about the importance of South Shore, a wonderful community on the South Side. They're having their fair on Saturday. I'll be hanging out with them for a little bit. I'm looking forward to that, and how South Shore wants to revitalize. I think that's so beautiful. Yay. Then we talked to Dr. Janet Seabrook, who reminded us the importance of breast cancer awareness, but she also reminded us about men and breast cancer. And so making sure men get themselves checked out. And then our last two guests tonight are scholars, or they're all about the academics of making sure that our young people do some amazing things. And I'm very excited to welcome them this evening. I'm going to let you introduce our guests when they pop on. They're going to talk to us tonight about Chicago Noble High School. And I got a chance to go to this high school many, many years ago, and they were doing amazing things then. When I read the press materials, I was like, I went there a few years ago. This was way back when they first opened up. And I'm just so honored to know that they're now doing what is considered Black Boy Joy. Isn't that incredible? And the initiative that they're taking to help young Black boys feel good. What do you think about that?
Well, and get interesting now, the Chicago Noble schools are collective. There is a collection of schools. So
yes,
I didn't know that either. And I was, of course, Kay Renee does her little research, and I'm just really was fascinated at some of the schools that I have seen, being in the area. I didn't know they were part of the Noble School initiative. So to hear, and then of course you sent me the video of Black Boy Joy, and I said, this is what our children need. This is so this is again part of their village that they need, that support to be productive members of society. These are our future leaders.
Well, let's let our guests introduce themselves. Look, me and you, we need to be the spokespersons for the school at this point. I mean, neither one of us have children. I mean, are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our guests tonight from Noble School.
Yes.
Yes, we are. Wait, did they come on stream yet? Okay. Yes, hold on. Let me add. Yay. Very good. Are they both there? Yes, good.
So first we have Mr. Nick Jones of Student Culture and Support Director. And then we have Miss Norma Gutierrez Castro, who is the Assistant Director of Student Experience of the Noble Schools. And also this beautiful project called Black Boy Joy. Give it up. Yay!
Yes. Thanks for having us. We're so happy to be here.
Thanks for having us.
It is a pleasure to have both of you here tonight. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules. When I got the pitch, anything that pertains to Black Boy Joy is something that's near and dear to my heart. And I'm going to tell you why. I used to work with young people many years ago. And the one thing that I learned is that most young Black boys, they don't understand that joy is essential in this world. And so what even made you all create this initiative? And let's talk a little bit about it. Norma, we'll start off with you first. Good evening.
Hi, thanks for having us. We're so happy to be here. I can say that the beginning of this actually started a number of years ago before I started to do this work on our team. And Nick can talk a little bit about some of the groups that he was a part of. But I would say first, just the work that our equity team has done at our network to ensure that they've sort of opened up the pathway to our team, the Student Culture and Support team, to start doing this work. And then the Black Scholars Working Group, which Nick was a part of, started to really dig into more of our data and the experience of our Black boys at our network. And it showed that there was a large disparity in that. And we wanted to make sure that we addressed it. And so we also then started working on the Black Boys Collaborative, which is the group that actually put this initiative together.
Right. Nick, it is so good to see. Do you prefer Nicholas or Nick? Which do you prefer?
You've already introduced
Thank
me,
you.
so it's all good. Nick Jones.
Oh, very good. Look, I ain't want your mama to be mad. Like, look, your name is Nicholas. Right. Okay. Nick, it is a pleasure. Okay, very good. It's a pleasure to have you here tonight. Let's talk about your involvement. Norma really just gave you wonderful accolades and kudos for the work that you've done. So go right ahead so we can talk to you about all the things you've done.
Well, actually, the work that Norma spoke to previously is work that I did with a collection of folks throughout Noble, led by Dr. Janine Franklin. I was able to co-facilitate a working group that really went after the experience of Black boys. And our intention was to ensure that we dug through every piece of data that talked about the Black student experience, specifically our Black male experience. And one of the core things that came through that experience and through that data and through that group was that there was this space that like Black boys wish they had to just be themselves and just be authentic. And so through that recommendation, through that working group, the recommendations came through that there should be infinity spaces for our Black boys so they can start off the school year building community with one another, building community within the Noble community, within Noble schools. Ultimately, through those recommendations was birthed the Black Scholars Collaborative, which Norma spoke to already, and is currently putting on, or we just wrapped up putting on our last Black Boy Joy event last week. And so it's been a joy being able to go across the city, 18 different schools, and seeing our Black boys in their school spaces, just being authentic, being able to be in spaces where they're seen, loved, and affirmed.
I love it. I really do. I think more and more of our young men need to see this, hear this, experience this. When you look at the news and you hear all these horrible stories, and there are young men and women who deserve to be loved and want to be loved, but to help our young Black boys is just really incredible. What are some of the things that are coming down the road with the group? Is there any way, the public can help? What can we do to help magnify what you're trying to do?
Thanks for the opportunity first. I think it's important that we amplify the work that we are doing because we are only one network. And while we serve many students across the Chicagoland area, we want to see this work continue throughout Chicago and our country. And so as Nick mentioned, we just wrapped up Black Boy Joy this month and are moving forward after November. Our next event is Black Boys Heal, where we're going to really focus on the mental health of our Black boys in support and collaboration with some organizations within our city. And so we ask that our families continue to talk with students at home and to have open conversations about what it means to be in good health, both emotionally, physically, and mentally.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, Renee, I know you have questions for our guests. What do you want to say to both of our guests? Because this is really incredible.
I am just in awe of both of you. And again, thank you for living your purpose. But I always ask this question of our guests: who inspires you to be the best Norma Gutierrez Castro and the best Nicholas Jones this universe has ever seen?
I can start. I would say first, our kids across the network. I see myself in them, and I see all of their brilliance. And my nieces and nephews who are watching me right now, and a big hello to them. They inspire me every day to continue the work that we are doing.
You know what? I've got to give you credit, Norma. The artwork in your office is amazing. Right. I'm like, she in a diva studio. I love it. Very nice. Very nice. And Nick, what do you want to say about that question?
Yeah, so I think for me, I'm a resident of Chicago, born and raised on the south side of Chicago. And so it's always a privilege for me to be able to continue to live out my purpose, serving students and families of Chicago. On top of that, I'm also a father of two boys, a 13-year-old and a 5-year-old, who really pushed me to be a better person. And every time I'm out in the space and I see another Black boy, I'm able to see my son through them. And I want to be able to be there and support the best way I can. And I think the last thing for me that continues to inspire me is that I was fortunate enough to have Black male educators coming up in Chicago. One of the key inspirations in my life at this was my former football coach, Lexi Spurlock, who recently passed away. Spurlock and the men he put around us, me and my friends as young men, helped propel us into the careers that we have, to the men that we are today. So I wanted to also make sure I shouted out Mr. Lexi Spurlock, bless his soul, for being an inspiration in the lives of not only me, but many young men across the Chicagoland area.
I think this is
down
beautiful.
with you now, Nicholas. Don't think he's not. He is forever with you. And Norma, I mean, we saw one of your family members' comments. So you have, we talk about village. We all have a village, and it's just grateful. As I said, I think it's good to have sheroes and heroes. I think Miss Norma, Mr. Nicholas are my shero and heroes.
Thank you. Sweet.
You know what? I couldn't just, I agree with you. I could not disagree. You're right. They both are great people. So glad that we had them on with us tonight. And here's the deal. This platform is available anytime that you want to talk about something, get the word out. If you even have some students that are amazing, look, we do this just like the pandemic, so they can log on and, we just get the word out to let people know that Black boys deserve joy. And look, I want to even add my brown brothers in there as well too, Norma.
Right.
So yes, we do want to see them live healthy, happy, and productive lives. We really, really do. And thank you guys for all that you do. If you ever need me over at the school, like I said, it's been years since I've been over there, but just a beautiful school. And what I liked, what I saw then, was the staff was just so creative and eclectic. And I think our young people learn more when they see people that look like the people of their neighborhood and who they are. And so just a great job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We hope to be back, and we welcome you to our events.
Absolutely. And do me a favor, tell people how they can find out more information about Noble High School.
You can go to our website for Noble Network, or you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook.
And
like I did.
I add too, if you want to know more about the Noble history and the changes that we're making and the work that we're doing over the last 2 years, we've also this year launched a video podcast called Changing the Course, which allows our listeners to hear more about our journey to become an anti-racist education and create an anti-racist education for our students in the Chicagoland area as well. And you can hear Changing the Course or watch Changing the Course on YouTube, and you can hear it on any streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, etc.
Excellent.
Very good. Well, everybody loved you both tonight. Giving thumbs up, kudos. Norma, I think your whole family watching. You must have told me you were gonna be on the Oscars tonight. That's what it is. I'm like, boy, we had an uptick, like just people. I'm like, wow, they okay.
That's the community
Norma,
coming through. Community coming through.
Yes. Look, she gets to come back anytime. We appreciate you both.
Right.
Anytime. Yes. Continue to keep doing good work. You both are on the right track, and just let everybody know at Noble we appreciate the efforts. Okay.
Thank you so much
for having us.
All right. Have a wonderful night. Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Oh my God. That was great. That was good. They both were wonderful. Yes. Very good. That's what I'm talking about. How do we help people? How do we make things happen? This is a feel-good show. I need a hug.
I got you.
I do.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Right. A virtual hug. Yeah, this is really good tonight. All right. Well, give us that nugget of knowledge, and then we're going to get up on out of here. Yes, we are.
All right. Now, this is Live Your Truth Tuesday. Again, we're a new month, but this is real as it gets. In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take, the relationships we were afraid to have, and the decisions we waited too long to make. Again, this is Live Your Truth Tuesday. # live your life without regret.
All right. Now, live your life. Live it.
Without regret.
Without regret. Okay, all right. Well, now you know every now and then I do have a little regret, just a
Well,
little.
I write
just
more
just
about that today about regrets. Don't try
Okay.
not to have them. Okay.
Okay. Well, I need you to help me. I may need your help on that because
That's all.
Here
All right.
lately I've been having a few little regrets.
But
I'm
this
sorry.
your birthday month, so come on now. We're gonna rev it up like it's 1999. God dog it.
Oh Lord. Thank you, Cynthia Howard Sims. We appreciate you, my
Thank you,
dear. We
Dr.
really do.
C.
Candace, thank you so
Hey,
much. Happy
Candace.
November.
Happy
Yay. Happy
November.
November. Yep. Thank you so much, Cynthia. We appreciate you.
Oh,
Nikki,
yeah.
Marie, to all the new people who logged on tonight to join us. We really appreciate everybody. Be well, be safe. We'll be back next Tuesday night with a live version of the Real Chat Daddy Show. Remember, you can always watch encore shows, Facebook and YouTube, The Real Chat Daddy Show. Love Hurts will not be on this Friday night. It'll be on the following Friday night. We'll be back. I promise you. Thank you guys for making Love Hurt a huge success as well, too. We appreciate you. For more information about yours truly, please visit therealchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. We love you guys so much. Be safe,
And
be
don't
well.
forget to vote. We're 7 days left.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
your civic duty and vote.
Yes. Yes. Oh, and another thing, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in Central Standard Time, time goes back an hour this coming Saturday night into Sunday morning. So make sure you change your clocks, your timers, all of that good stuff, because it will be getting darker early.
Yes, Lord.
I know. It was so beautiful today.
I know. And it's going to be beautiful.
It really.
tomorrow.
I know. All right. We love you guys. Be well, be safe, be about love, be about happiness. And we'll see you again next Tuesday night. We love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
It's the Real Chat Daddy Show. It's the Real Chat Daddy Show. It's the Real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.